All right, welcome back to the Bearded Clansmen of the Vale, a Game of Thrones LCG podcast. Today you're gonna be talked at, not talked to, but talked at by Kyle, son of Kyle. That's me,
And Dom, Shaggy Dom, that's me.
and we're gonna talk about an article that we saw today. The Lord Captain of the Iron Fleet. A few episodes ago, we talked about the King of the Isles expansion and how it's going to be like the last one for a while because they're taking a break.
Hmm.
Everybody's got to take a break, I guess. So Aegot's taking a break after King of the Isles, but
Yeah.
we got an article that is, about my favorite faction. It seems so happy, but uh, I mean, this is what we're expecting. So from the Lannister one, we got Klansmen, which is kind of a cool mechanic. Klansmen pillage. From the Tyrell one, we got whatever the heck Tyrell does now. Draws more. I don't know.
Mace,
Yeah,
which
Mace. That's true. That's a good point.
which sucks is not on the restricted list.
From the Night's Watch one, we got I think Ranger stuff. What do we get from Night's Watch?
That shows you how good it
Yeah,
was if you can't
we need
if you
like
can't
we
remember
need
it.
Luke. We need Luke here to tell us what happened in Night's Watch. But anyway, each deluxe expansion comes with a different way to play the existing faction in that deluxe expansion. So what we
Hmm.
see today is that Greyjoy is getting even more of what we've kind of been seeing a little bit of, which is warship love.
Hmm.
And that's not some
Hmm.
kind of weird thing. It's just love for the cards that have warship text on them.
Yep, it's I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
We're going to talk about it today because that's what we do is talk about stuff. So I know that I was already excited for this because I like Greyjoy because it's all Cthulhu-y and squiddy and has annoying mechanics that are hard to work around. But I think it's gonna. I am now. Let's just walk through some of this stuff.
Yeah, let's just bring up some of the cards.
All right. So in the article itself, do you have the article up, or do you need me to send it to you?
I have the article.
Okay. So the
I
first
was
thing,
born ready.
the first thing we see is just the kind of like here's five cards from the thing picture at the top of the page. Balon
Hmm.
Greyjoy, an Ironborn Lord. Ironborn Balon. What boy? He's a 7 cost Bicon, not Tricon this time. He's 5 strength. He's got that loyal banner, and he's got Pillage and Renown. That's kind of cool. And if you kneel your faction card to choose a card in your opponent's discard pile and put it into play under your control at the end of the phase, shuffle that card into its owner's deck. That's kind of
Love it.
crazy. That's kind of crazy. And,
Love it.
and it's interesting. There's a faction card kneel on a Greyjoy card finally. That's I
There
think
is.
there's maybe Seastone Chair does it. I'm not sure, but that's kind of cool. I'm down.
I
Shuffle
like it.
shuffle it back into your owner's deck too. That'd be really interesting because you could mess up somebody's plan if they had like stacked their deck. That's kind of funny.
Ex- exactly. So for like Targaryen, I'm gonna take all their second sons.
Oh, that's so cool. And under your control too. Oh man. So you can save the deck shuffling too if you sacrifice it or if it can sack. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, or if you wanted to kill it.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a great idea because you can military claim one of their like big dudes, and then like they can't play it anymore.
Hmm.
What happens if
Exactly.
you?
See,
Oh
put
man,
this on the restriction list
right now,
already.
right now.
It's broken.
Yeah,
It's
it's
broken.
gonna. It just. It actually they have a little bottom thing on the bottom of the card that says unrestricted no. um,
Yeah.
so if you let's this is an interesting situation. If you have done this and you claim the military for their card, right? Let's say like they have a copy of Jamie out, and then you couldn't play the other copy of Jamie though, right?
No,
Okay,
no, you
yeah, okay,
can't
that's
because I
let's
have it.
yeah, okay, so that solves that problem. Never mind. But yeah, another Balon. I mean, this Balon, this guy cares about the Great Kraken too, which is kind of cool. Great Kraken's a pretty great warship, all things
Oh
considered.
yeah,
That's the one that lets you draw a card to get money.
yeah. And he has awesome Fabio looking hair.
Yeah, he does. Oh my gosh, it's epic. This is a different Balon than we've seen before too, because this is like I'm on the sea Balon, not like I'm sitting and dying slowly in my tower Balon.
Yeah, like I'm gonna screw your stuff up.
Yeah. All right, so let's not talk about silence yet because we're gonna talk about silence with the new Euron, so we won't talk about that. But Golden Storm,
Yeah.
It's a 2-cost warship. It says after you win a military challenge as the attacking player, kneel Golden Storm to choose and kill a participating character. And if you control a raider character, stand Golden Storm. Holy cripes.
Yep,
That's so
I like
cool.
it. I
After
like
you
it.
win a military challenge as the attacking player. So you can't do it twice a phase. You could try to get multiple militaries, though. That could be fun. But
Yeah,
choose
if you
and
play
kill.
that Storm of Swords plot.
But, like, that's so money. Because the whole play.
Oh,
Go ahead.
hold on. Sorry, not to interrupt you,
Okay.
but I'm looking back there. It doesn't look like it's loyal.
It's not.
No, so put that with Targaryen with Drogo.
Oh, snap. Yeah, man. That could be cool. I mean, I'm just thinking that would be great, but even if once, right? The whole winning
Hmm.
a challenge thing, you got it sitting there. Someone has to overcommit to your challenge to make it so you don't win, right? And then you just go
Oh
hard in
yeah,
like a power or something like that, right? This is like the
yeah.
perfect threat card. I love it. Any warship that never has to kneel to do its effect is good in my mind now. I used to dislike them, but there's a lot of effects that want other warships to kneel, so I don't know.
Well, think about it.
Hold
Think
up,
about it.
your audio's all weird again.
Oh, dang it. There's a cell going.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Have you ever, do you ever use like GoToMeeting or anything like that?
A what? A what?
GoToMeeting, like any kind of um, like video or like online voice conferencing stuff.
No, I don't.
So like if you can do it on Google Hangouts too. If you join it and then join it on your phone and you have the same microphone, like and you're in the same room as the two that you've joined, you get this crazy dubstep reverb,
Oh.
and it's really cool to listen to for about 2 seconds, and then it gets super annoying.
Is it still doing it?
No, you're good.
Okay. So, one thing I was thinking of with this warship, put it with Seastone Chair with the new Theon.
Oh my God,
Uh,
that's so dirty.
get your unopposed military. Do the. Oh, wait, no, no. So this wouldn't work. Sorry. That wouldn't work with Theon. But any
Why?
other military, say Balon or whatever,
Why
you
wouldn't it work
win
with
the.
Theon?
Because you have to, for the Golden Storm, you have to have a participating character.
Oh yeah, that's right. You'd have to kill Theon. Yeah, fair enough.
So, never mind. Scratch that idea.
Well, there is that.
Well,
Oh, good.
well, the raiding longships you can use as well if you
Mm-hmm.
have those to remove challenges. Characters from the challenge
Yeah.
to make it unopposed. So, I mean, there's ways of doing it.
The one I was
But
thinking of, you could like sneak this in using that. I can't remember what the card is, but I think it's a song for Greyjoy, and it's like it lets you like switch ships out, right? It's
oh
Steel Rain is what I'm thinking of. It says sacrifice any number of Greyjoy locations. For each location sacrificed, search your deck for a different Greyjoy location with equal to or for lower printed cost and shuffle your deck. And it's a shadow
that
card.
that's pretty cool.
So for 4, you can like switch out a bunch of raiding longships with like all these really cool. Well, you can't do that way, but you can switch out.
Hmm.
You can tech your ships out, right? You can be like,
Yeah,
I don't really need this Maiden's Bane anymore, so I'm gonna flip it out for a Golden Storm, right?
yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty sweet. So, or you
Yeah,
can say, hey, I don't need this raiding longship anymore, but what I do need is the Iron Mines.
yeah. Is it for any location?
Yep, any Greyjoy location for
Oh,
any other
nice.
Greyjoy location equal to or lower cost.
Oh my gosh.
um, we do have a few that are in the back, but I don't. Scouting vessel, I think, is talked about later. Let's see,
Yeah,
scouting vessel.
I think it's in. I
Yep,
think it's
that's
in
right.
later.
Yeah, so scouting vessel is the one on the top left, and it says it's 0 cost scouting vessel. When a character you control discards a card using pillage, kneel and sacrifice scouting vessel to discard 3 cards instead. Look, that's so cool,
Yeah, I love it.
dude. Think of the fuel you give New Asha with that crap.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, think of it this way. When I first saw this card, it's 0 cost, but start throwing in the King's Landing location,
Mm-hmm.
the 4 cost location. You can marshal the location in your discard pile back in,
Yeah,
so you can just keep
keep doing it.
keep reusing it potentially. You know,
Yeah, that would
for
be
nothing.
sweet.
For nothing.
And I like, yeah, for nothing. That's a good point too. I like that it says instead because it's still pillage. It's just pillaging 3 cards instead of one.
Exactly.
Or is it? Am I reading that? Pillage. Yeah. So like, I think you're still triggering the pillage thing, the pillage keyword. You're just discarding more cards.
I just had another idea
Go
here.
for it. Shoot.
I'm gonna look it up. Um,
Trying to see.
go ahead,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead and keep talking.
Okay. The only one we didn't get to see was the Maiden's Bane. Or the Maiden's Bane.
The maiden one?
Yeah, so the Maiden's Bane was something people were speculating. So, I guess in first edition Game of Thrones there was a lot of like things that aren't characters acting like characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh was talking to me about it. Uh, like there used to be like a horse deck you could do, like a horses deck, and you could like make the horses go into challenges and then they would leave the challenges because they're not characters, right? And the old Maiden's Bane said this kneel this location, have it participating in a challenge. Uh, it has the keywords cannot be removed, and it's got X strength where X is equal to the number of warships you control.
Huh.
That was the original Maiden's Bane. So I guess
Oh,
we'll see
okay.
if that gets translated in second edition because that would be really cool to have a ship that could just be part of a challenge.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
And it's an action too, so you could do it after you declared attackers. That would be really sweet.
Yeah.
And it'd be even sweeter with Steel Rain. Because you could
I can
like,
see
yeah.
you're a little too excited, I can tell.
No, I every time they put warship on a card, like I get to be excited. It's just my God-given right, I guess. But
All right.
uh, so I mean we have all the bunch of warships, right? We kind of talked about the warships last time, but there's a total of 14 warships, and those are not only the Greyjoy ones. We have Black
Yeah.
Betha, Arbor Queen, the Jade Sea Drummond, like you were talking about before, Laughing Lord,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Sweet Cersei. Nobody's gonna play that though because they hate it. The Valyrian. So we do have a lot of warships, and the warships matter for cards because like um,
Well, like the drowned men.
yeah, well, yeah, in silence. So silence is another warship we got, and let's talk about silence in Euron. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so Euron's a 6 cost Tricon for 4 strength. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Lord, Captain, Ironborn, and Raider, and so he's got a lot of keywords that we really like. I
Yes,
mean,
and he's loyal.
the Lord reduction, you could do like the noble cause, you could do noble cause fealty and get him out for like 3.
Yeah.
Intimidate. He's got intimidate.
Yep.
He's an Ironborn, so I think you can pull him back with like the Drown God shenanigans.
Yeah, with Aegon. Or
Yeah,
not Aegon.
I know you're talking
Aemon.
about. Yeah, Aemon. No, the other guy, but I know you're talking about. And then he's got a reaction. It says after you marshal him, search your hand, deck, or discard pile for silence and put it into play and shuffle your deck. So that's cool. He gets to pull his warship out, right?
Yep.
And
Which
then
is, yeah, that's really cool because it's a um, 4 cost warship, and you're putting it into play
yeah,
for free.
that's so basically. Let's say you did get this guy out for 3, right? You just saved 7 gold by playing him on with the fealty noble cause. And then, as a challenge action, you can kneel silence to put a warship location you control from your hand into play. To put a warship location into play from your
From your hand.
hand, for free, freezies.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you control Euron Greyjoy, you stand him. That's in freaking insane.
Yep, and it has +2 reserve or initiative.
Initiative, yeah. But I mean, I'm just thinking about the stuff you can do here. Like, that's so crazy. like,
Oh yeah.
like you can kneel silent. So let's say you do get that comp off. So we're living in magical Christmas world, right? Where you've paid 3 for Euron in silence. Then you get to tap Euron. Then you get to tap silence. Sorry, exhaust or kneel silence, and you can throw out like the Great Kraken, or like Black Wind,
Mm-hmm.
or hell, you can even throw out like the JC Drummond or anything
Mm-hmm.
else, right? Like you have all these sweet things you can do now. And I'm
Oh
looking
yeah,
at all
yeah.
these warships, and the Great Kraken's the most expensive one, which is 3. It's on the Silence. So,
Yeah,
like, I
definitely.
mean, I'm in. I'm all in. So
Oh yeah,
cool.
definitely. I like that. I mean, I have a feeling this combo is going to be on the restricted list as well in due time.
Yeah, I mean, it feels very warshipy though, which is kind of cool. So like, Euron's here.
Hmm.
Oh crap, he's on his ship. Oh crap, it's worse. Oh man, there's a bunch of other ships coming out of the mist. What's going on? Like,
Oh gosh, here's the drum in, and they're like 10 strength.
exactly. So that's kind of sweet. I mean, in his, yeah, the whole silence just caring about warship locations is pretty sweet. I love that it doesn't just care about Greyjoy.
Oh yeah, I mean, even though I feel like the better warships are with Greyjoy.
And then, no, check this out. So, and now I'm just reading one of the other cards I got spoiled. Eager Deckhand is an ally and a raider. 2 cost monocon. It's 2 strength. As a reaction, after a warship location enters play under your control, put Eager Deckhand into play from your hand.
It's like,
So,
oh
oh, so
yeah,
you save 2 more gold. So basically, you've paid 3 gold for what is it? 6, 7, 8,
3
9, 10,
cards.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15 gold worth of cards. You paid 3 gold for.
Hmm.
That's insanity. I don't
Oh
even,
yeah,
and you
definitely.
can't really. I guess the only way you can stop that is like begging brothers, right?
It's on the yeah. You would have to stop it with
You're on,
on Croza. Yeah.
or yeah, you'd have to stop it on him. But even then, if
Hmm.
you have silence in your hand still, like you could play it, and then you could, you know, go from there. But yeah, that could
Yeah.
be really cool.
And the cool thing I like about Silence is it gives you that +2 initiative.
Yeah.
You know, because Greyjoy just loves to go first, and they have other locations that give you, they boost up your initiative. So
Mm-hmm. They do, and they have like other cards like against the waves or something like that that also do initiative. You know, um, I think it's called against the waves or not alcohol. No, that's not right either. Maybe it's tide against the tide, ahead of the tide. 'Cause that one's
yeah,
like you
head of
pay
the
for
tide.
0 and it gives you +3 initiative, and then if you win, you draw a card. So if you have silence out, you're like, hey, even though I played some chumpy like plot, I'm still gonna go first, and I get an extra card. What's up, son?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. I like it. I want to start building a deck around it now.
Just do it.
Just now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
print the cards off.
so they're
I'm gonna
talking
print them
about.
off.
Yeah. I like the reason I think I like scouting vessels going back so much. I'm kind of just flowing through the article. Is that 3
Hmm.
discard is like fuel for the fodder for that green site deck. I mean, like
Hmm.
you can if you can because the whole point is that it's really hard to mill like consistently. And I
Hmm.
kind of worry because mill should not be a like a win con. It should be something that puts your opponent in a bad spot, right? It shouldn't be like I can actually mill you to win because that's happened like in Magic the Gathering and Star Wars Destiny. Those are mechanics and those are actual. And they say in those games that they don't want that to be a win condition, but they then print cards that literally make it possible, which frustrates all the
Yeah.
players. So I'm
Well,
no I'm not a fan of mill as a win condition.
I will say, I actually did mill an opponent of mine a couple weeks ago
Oh really?
with Lannister Green Sight.
Oh wow. That doesn't surprise me, but it shouldn't be the most powerful deck in the meta is I guess what I'm saying. Like I like that deck exists,
Oh no,
but
no, it's not powerful.
pillage as a mechanic is there to stop your opponent from getting what they need, not to make them lose because they don't have cards. Like I feel like. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
my 2 cents aside, I think scouting vessel gives like all the fodder for like corpse lake and things like that. That's good because the corpse lake is going to hit more
Hmm.
often, which means you can win from corpse lake as opposed to winning from milling, right?
Yeah, I mean, my opponent, they were actually winning the game the entire time until I, just burned through their whole deck, and then they lost.
Seems really rude, man.
They just it Yeah, they just couldn't get to 15 power before I went through their whole deck.
Yeah, well, like maybe we can talk about that because that will in a little bit, but that sounds like you had some pretty sweet combos going on. But there's one more card here that we saw, and it's Fleet Captain. It's a title attachment. It says attached
Hmm.
character gains the Captain trait and +1 strength. and then plus 3 strength if you have 3 or more warships. So remember how Euron was only 4 strength intimidate? Now he can be
Yep.
7 strength intimidate. Even though
And
he's
potentially restand.
yeah, and then even though he's already a captain, he can still kind of get that bonus. And I don't know, the
Mhm.
captain trait doesn't seem to matter yet, but I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be cards in this box that are going to play on that captain trait
Mm-hmm.
because there'd be no reason to have it if they weren't.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, cause yeah, cause that would make that card kind of silly. Like, but I guess we've seen that before. I mean, we've seen cards that are like, why are you giving it this trait? It doesn't matter. I just want the second effect of this card.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm really excited to see what else they have. I mean, I know that we've been spoiled a lot on this, but there's a there's a lot of cool stuff already coming out. Like I'm partially excited because it's Greyjoy, but I'm also excited because like warships, which is still
Yeah,
excited because it's Greyjoy, I guess.
yeah. I mean, I'm just excited because it's a big box. Um, I always get excited when the new big boxes come out. So for any house, I just get excited.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. Oh my, I'm looking back at the other one, and there's like the new Asha coming out, which is the one that's like pillage stealth, and each unique Ironborn character you has gains stealth. That's maybe why like Balon has Ironborn.
Hmm. Hmm.
I love how they reference Flea Bottom in this article, like it's still a thing.
Um, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, like in this old article for like this deluxe expansion, they mentioned Flea Bottom.
Oh, let's see.
But yeah, so
Hmm.
there's a there's gonna be some cool stuff that comes out in this box, and it's gonna be good because it's gonna be the last one for a while. So
Does it say when
your
it's gonna
audio's
be
doing that crazy
released?
thing again.
Oh, testing.
Um,
Man,
it says pre-order copy of the web store.
is it still doing it?
Yeah, I'll let you know when it stops. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
they say rush the waves, stand.
I could sail the Iron Fleet to hell if need be. Victorian Greyjoy.
Is that like that's a sweet quote?
A feast for crows. I could sail the Iron Fleet to hell if need be. Nope, that's probably not a good impersonation.
That was. I mean, I thought it was good. You're good. Your
Oh.
audio's good again.
I could sail the Iron Fleet to hell if need be.
Dude, they should have casted you. Uh,
That was
so
Victorian Greyjoy, if you did not know.
it says right now pre-order. It's on the boat, so it's probably like maybe a month or two out. Well, because we still have
I just think it's funny. This whole box is about warships, and you just said it's on the boat.
right. That's pretty appropriate. I dig it.
Yeah, exactly. It's on
Uh,
the boat.
the I think we still have how many packs do we have in the Dance of Shadows? We have one left, Daggers in the Dark.
Yep.
So I think that's right about right, 4 or 5 weeks. Because Daggers in the Dark is going to come out in the end of October, and then we'll have
Is it?
maybe
Is it already? Wow.
it's not the end of October already, but it is October.
Uh, I thought maybe the Dagger one was coming out in November, like beginning of November.
Oh, maybe that is because when this one came out last week. So yeah, maybe the beginning of November. You're right. It'll probably
Something
be
like that.
that like the first or the second.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have it out before Christmas.
The Greyjoy?
Yeah, the box.
I would think so. I mean, if they follow the same release schedule for like the big box that they do the packs, it should be out by
Hmm.
the 6th or the 7th or the 6th or um the 13th.
Sweet, so I can put it on my Christmas list
Heck yeah,
to
you
Santa
can. You
Claus.
can do that anyway.
That's true. Santa Claus, go fly up to Fantasy Flight. Give me that
Give me
box.
that box, yo. Dude, so I speaking of going to Fantasy Flight, I'm actually going to Fantasy Flight in 2 weeks, the game center. Yeah,
What?
they do a thing every year around Halloween called Arkham Nights, and it's like a big celebration of all our Arkham games.
Uh huh.
And so I'm going to that for my birthday. I'm really excited.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks, man.
Um, I have nothing to say about Arkham Asylum or
Good.
Arkham Horror.
Yeah, okay. I was like, 'cause you don't even say it right, so that's a little
Yeah.
you have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is a Game of Thrones
That's fine. I
podcast.
was just talking about things to fill time.
No.
All right, well then let's end it there. We'll do a short podcast, but super excited for Kings of the Isle. For multiple reasons, you probably learned because you've listened to this podcast 4 times now. But Dom is excited for it because of ships being on ships.
Yes. Ship on ship action.
Hot ship on ship action. All right. Thanks for listening. We always appreciate any feedback you have, so let us know if you have any. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, give us those sweet, sweet iTunes ratings. Oh yeah.
Not like that though.
Oh
That
yeah.
sounded too
Okay. Sorry.
creepy.
Well, don't not give us ratings because I did that terrible voice. How about that? Just stop what you're doing and just ignore what just happened.
Just do it because I will sail the Iron Fleet to hell if I need to.
That's epic. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Tom will literally build the Iron Fleet and sail it to hell if he needs to get you to do reviews on our podcast. So,
Exactly.
all right. Bye, everybody.
All right, see you guys.